say, isn't it good to be in the house of the Lord? Just one, amen. There is a word from God this morning. I won't keep you long, amen. But I do want to say some things to the mothers this morning, amen. If you would stand with me and turn to the book of Matthew, the 15th chapter. We're going to begin reading at that 21st chapter. Verse, I mean. Say amen when you have it. And it reads, leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. A Canaanite woman from the vicinity came to him, crying out, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is suffering terribly from demon possession. Jesus did not answer a word. So his disciples came to him and urged him, send her away, for she keeps crying out after us. He answered, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. The woman came and kneeled before him. Lord, help me, she said. He replied, it is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to their dogs. Yes, Lord, she said, but even dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered, woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted. And her daughter was healed from that very hour. Amen. May God add a blessing to the reader, to the hearer, and to the doer of his holy word. You may be seated. Amen. First, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers this morning. Amen. This is your day. Children, shower her with much love today. Amen. All the love that she can stand. Amen. You know, I read a beautiful poem the other day, and it was entitled simply Mom. And I would like to read it to you this morning on behalf of your children who honor you with their love. And it reads, Mom, since the day I was small to the day I became tall, since I began understanding things to the day I got my own wings, your love has never fallen short. You have been my only support. I want to hold you tight and hug you. Mom, I just want to say thank you. Amen. I want to talk from this topic very briefly this morning. A true mother. A true mother will not give up on her children. Let me say that again. A true mother will not give up on her children. Amen. As we look at our text this morning, there's much that we can learn from this Canaanite mother because she is the splitting example of a mother who won't give up on her children. Why? Because she needed help for her daughter and she refused to take no for an answer. How many mothers do we have like that? Who will refuse to take no for an answer? I know I had a mother like that. When it came to her children, she was not going to take no. She wanted us to have the best that she could offer us. And even though she had to face great obstacles, and sometimes that's what you're going to face, and disappointment, she did not give up on her child. Amen? Even when she had to contend with what Jesus said. And you know why Jesus was saying that? Sometimes Jesus just want to test your faith. To see how faithful you are to him. Amen? And he'll carry you through some things. And amen, say some things to you. But all Jesus was doing with this woman was just testing her faith. And the result of him testing her faith, her daughter was healed. All mothers, I'm just saying, hold on. Don't give up on your children. Because it's going to be all right. As long as you keep them in God's hand, it's going to be all right. Amen? Amen. And very briefly this morning, I want to share 5 things that this mother gave us that made her a true mother that won't give up on her children. And the first thing this mother did was went to the right person. We go to every but the right person. And let me tell you something, in times of trouble, there is not but one person you can go to. And that's Jesus. In that 22nd verse, it says a Canaanite woman from that vicinity came to Jesus crying out. This woman was really upset with what her child was going through. Oh Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. This mother needed help. Her daughter was suffering terribly from being demon possessed. She would have turned to anyone. She could have turned to anyone, but she chose to turn to Jesus. How many of you all turn to Jesus first? Or do you use him as the last resort? Or do you go to him when it's too late? He should be your first choice. This mother knew that in the time of trouble, the only person that she could turn to was Jesus Christ. You see, I had a mother like that. She didn't go to anybody else. She went to her prayer closet and she prayed for me. I spent 20 years in the military, and she prayed every moment that I was in there. I didn't go anywhere unless I called my mother first and say, Mother, I'm getting ready to go overseas. I need your prayer. I'm going to be on an airplane for 8 or 9 hours. You pray over that plane for me. And when I got on that plane, I didn't have any worries because I knew that my mother was praying for her. She drew to Jesus by the great things that she had heard about him. How quick are we to turn to Jesus? A true mother will always make Jesus her first choice. Her first choice. The second thing she did, this mother did was that she would not be discouraged. As soon as Jesus don't answer or God don't answer our prayer, we get discouraged. How fast are we to get discouraged? And when you get discouraged, guess what you do? You give up on your children. She was not discouraged when Jesus did not respond to her cry of mercy. Verse 25 says, 3 says, Jesus did not answer a word. You know, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes we think that God is not listening to us. Sometimes it takes so long for God to what? To answer our prayer. But I know one thing about God. He may not come when I want it. But I know that God is always what? Always on time. Amen? Amen. God loves for you to what? To ask him. Bible says you have not because you what? Ask not. And a lot of times when you go to God with something, your heart just not right. It's just not right. But when you go to God with the right heart, guess what? He will answer your prayer. But Jesus did say a word for a reason. She was not discouraged by the contempt shown by his disciples when they urged Jesus, send this woman away from you. His mother was not discouraged by the hard doctrine that Jesus declared. Verse 24 says, I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. She was a mother that would not be discouraged because her child was in need. So many mothers give up now. I remember my sister. She had 2 sons in prison. One was way up in Detroit, and the other one was down in Baton Rouge. But every year, She made sure she had a plane ticket to get on a plane and fly out to Mission to see her child. She was a mother that would not be curbed because, like I said, she knew that her child was in need. And the mothers, if you have a child that when all else has failed, don't give up because you have not tried Jesus. Amen? The third thing that this mother did was she was persistent in the right way. Be persistent in the right way now. She didn't get mad with Jesus, but she honored Jesus. Verse 25 says, she came and worshiped him. Look at that now. Saying, Lord, help me. Can't nobody else help me but Lord. You're the one that I come to for help. So Lord, help me. Let me tell you something. You can be so weighed down in sorrow that all you can say is, Lord, help me. Lord, help me. And I know somebody know what I'm talking about. One of the most powerful prayers you can pray is embodied in these three little words. Lord, help me. You see, to pray this prayer, you have to lay aside something. You have to lay aside all self-righteousness. You have to lay aside all confidence in yourself. You have to lay aside all that stupid pride and selfish ambition. You have to humble yourself to God and cry out from the depths of your soul, Lord, help me. And even when Jesus seemed unconcerned for her, because he said, it's not good to take the children's food and throw it to their dogs. She still was persistent and cried out, Lord, help me. Sometimes that's all you can say is, Lord, help me. I know I've been in a lot of predicaments. That's all I could say. I was weighed down with so much sorrow that all I could say is, Lord, help me. This mother did not give up on her child. She knew that Jesus was the only one that could help her, and she was persistent in it. Amen? How many of y'all are persistent this morning? We need to pray for all children because so many children are going astray nowadays. Amen? And not enough mothers or not enough people who are praying for them. Just like this mother didn't give up on her child, don't you give up on yours. And we should not give up on our children. Amen? I know some of them seem impossible, but I haven't seen nothing that prayer cannot fix. Amen? The fourth thing that this mother did was that she did not argue with Jesus, but accepted what he said. She didn't argue. A whole lot of us not willing to accept what God tells us. We don't want to accept what God gives us. We're always looking for God to give us something big or to do something that's spectacular in our lives. But this woman accepted what Jesus said. That 27th verse said, yes, she said, yes, Lord, she said. But even dogs eat the crumb that fall from their master's table. I know that there are times, mother, when you can't accept the Lord's answer. But to be a true mother, you should be wise and continue to honor him as Lord, to humble and ask him for mercy and compassion, and keep on asking. Don't give up. Keep on asking. And as I close, the fifth and final thing she did, this mother did not give up on her great faith, and she was rewarded for it. You hear that? No matter what God say, you keep your faith. Because your faith is going to be what? Rewarded by Jesus in the end. Because this mother went to the right person. Because this mother would not be discouraged. Because this mother was persistent in the right way. because this mother did not argue with Jesus, but accepted what he said. And finally, because this mother had great faith, her daughter was healed. Verse 28 say that very hour. That very hour. And only God can do things that quick. Amen? And as I close, mother, follow the example of the thing that this Canaanite woman did. And stand up in a time when a lot of you have what? Done it alone. Just because you're alone don't mean that God is not with you. Amen. Just because there are fathers that are absent from the home don't mean that God was not with you. Even in the midnight hour, God is there with you. Always, mothers, don't give up because God will never leave you, nor will he forsake you. Amen. The doors of the church is open.